I could hardly tell him no, since he was supporting us. I could have never finished medical school without his money. She paused. Mostly he leaves Gabe and me alone. He buries himself in work or booze or drugs or other women. Gabe and I are adept at maneuvering around him. Our interactions are neutral and sometimes pleasant. He's generous and knows how to be charming when he wants something. I give him what he wants, and all is well. Except when it isn't. Decker held up the photographs. What exactly do you want me to do, Doctor? I've agreed to see him, Lieutenant, not to go back to him. At least, not right away. I don't know how he'll take the news. Since I can't escape him, I want him to agree to a temporary separation. Not a marriage separation, that wouldn't settle well. Just for him to agree to give me a little more time to be by myself. How much more time? 30 years, maybe. Terry smiled. Actually, I'd like to move back to L.A. until Gabe finishes high school. I found a house to rent in Beverly Hills. I not only have to get Chris to agree to the separation, but I want him to pay for everything. How are you going to do that? Watch me, she smiled. He's trained me, but I've also trained him. And yet you feel the need for protection. You deal with a feral animal, anything can happen. It's good to take precautions. There are a lot of younger, stronger men than me, guys that would probably do a better job at guarding you. Oh, please. Chris could take any of them down. He's more careful around you. He respects you. He shot me. If he wanted to kill you, he would have. I know that, Decker said. He wanted to prove who was boss. He blew out air. More important, Chris likes shooting people. In plugging me, he got a 2-for-1. Terry looked down. He's boasted that you've asked him for favors. Is that true? Decker grinned. I ask him for information now and then. I'll use any sources I can to help me get a solve. He regarded her face, her milky complexion, hazel gold eyes, and long chestnut-colored hair. There were a few strands of gray peeking through, the only sign that her life had been a pressure cooker. She was wearing a loose, sleeveless maxi dress, something silky with geometric patterns in orange, green, and yellow. Her bare feet stuck out of the hemline. When's he due in town? I told him to come by the hotel on Sunday at noon. I figured that'd be a good time for you. Where will your son be when all this goes down? He's at UCLA in one of the practice rooms. Gabe has a cell. If he needs me, he'll call. He's very independent. He's had to be. Her eyes were far away. He's so good, the polar opposite of his father. Given his upbringing, he should have been in rehab at least a couple of times by now. Instead, he's hyper-mature. It worries me. There's so much inside of him that's been left unsaid. He really does deserve better. She brought her hands to her mouth and blinked back tears. Thanks so much for helping me out. Make sure I do something before you thank me. Decker checked his watch. He was due home a half hour ago. Okay, Terry. I'll come on Sunday, but you've got to do it my way. I've got to think of a plan, how I want this meeting to take place. First and foremost, you have to wait in the bedroom until I've cleared him. Then you can come out. That's fine. Also, you have to tell Gabe not to come home until you've given him an all-clear signal, okay? I don't want him popping into the middle of a sticky situation. Sounds reasonable. The room was silent for a few moments. Then Terry stood up. Thanks so much, Lieutenant. I hope the payment is okay. It's more than okay. It's very generous. One thing about Chris, he's very expansive. If I offered you anything less, he'd be insulted. Decker said, Look, if you don't want me to do it, I won't. Of course I don't want you to do it, Rina answered. He shot you, for God's sake. So I'll call her up and say no. A little late for that, don't you think? Rina got up from the dining room table and began to clear the brunch dishes, 2 plates and 2 glasses. Hannah rarely ate with them anymore. She'd be starting seminary in Israel in the fall. With 3 months left of high school, she was as good as gone. Decker followed his wife into the kitchen. Tell me what you want. When Rina turned on the faucet, he said, I'll watch.